I salute the nation's teachers on the occasion of the celebration of World Teachers' Day. Today, we acknowledge and celebrate the critical role that our teachers play in enhancing the living circumstances of our people.
Curtis King is the Minister of Education. He has a degree that gives him the ability to administer the affairs of an education sector. Yet Ralph Gonsalves is treating Curtis King like an imbecile, like an idiot, like a retarded man. He chopped up his ministries into several pieces, take away authority from him and give it to other people. He even take away some of Curtis King's authority and take it for himself. Now Ralph Gonsalves say he is the minister which is responsible for tertiary education. Tertiary only means third. So in this stage it means the third state of education. First you have the primary, you have the secondary, which is the second state, and we have the tertiary, which is the third state, the college state, the community college states. Right? But he is using tertiary. It only means the third state. After college, you have university, and you have the doctoral program. So education have about 5 or 6 stages of education. Primary education, secondary education, tertiary education, which is pre-college and college, and they have the 4th stage, university education, where you get your bachelor's, your master's, and we have doctoral programs. So that's about 5 stages of education. Now he's qualifying tertiary education, the 3rd stage. That means from post-secondary, go on. My people, that is not tertiary. But we know Ralph Gonsalves has a sexual problem. His name is always calling up in either rape, sexual assault, or something. My people, knowing what I have taught you over the past few years, that when a man rape a woman and she does not speak, she suffers from what is called Stockholm syndrome, where she becomes petrified of that rapist and is being able to be manipulated by the rapist, and they come to a stage where they support anything that the rapists do. That is why the politician in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, who when he chose to join the political arm of the NDP and become a candidate, his wife came out and said she is not supporting him, she's supporting Ralph Gonsalves. His wife was suffering from Stockholm syndrome, and she will support a rapist rather than her husband. It means her husband does not have authority over her, but her rapist had authority over her. My people, there's a lot of young people that Ralph Gonsalves did not get his power on. And his transition to minister with responsibility for tertiary education is going to give him access to these young people. But Dr. Friday stands still and says nothing. He knows that Michelle Andrews, Margaret Parsons, all of them bring rape charges, rape allegation and charges against Ralph Gonsalves. Ralph Gonsalves nully processes the charges. Dr. Friday knows, as a lawyer, it is unlawful for him to do such. But Dr. Friday is sitting back and allow Ralph Gonsalves to transition into a post of minister with responsibility for tertiary education. That means he is core minister of education, knowing that there is no system in government where the bureaucrats are overseeing all of those things, knowing that Ralph Gonsalves want those people to feel an allegiance to him, that is he who gives them the scholarship, not the government. And he will use that opportunity to take advantage of those young men and those young women. Sexually take advantage of them. My people, with Ralph Gonsalves as minister with responsibilities for tertiary education, co-education minister, it means that the fuck for scholarship program is now in effect in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. When he rapes or he fuck you, he's going to give you a scholarship for you to stay quiet. Or if he is unable to handle you and raping you, you will have to pass up the kushung peng for you to get a scholarship. My people, St. Vincent is in a bad state. What can I say? The opposition minister sit back. He says nothing, he does nothing. Changes are happening within the ministerial portfolio, where a senile prime minister, and hopefully when those little girls go into his office, his senility will kick in and he will forget that his plan is to rape them and they will get off. But otherwise than that, a new crop of professional will return to St. Vincent with degrees, but they are damaged and they will not be able to be any use to themselves, any use to their country, any use to their family. And if they have children, no use to their children. They'll be a total waste. My name is Chief Strongblood, St. Vincent and the Grenadines' favorite and most hated son. I gone. Talk to you sometime on the weekend.